How's it going, everybody? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer for On SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Thank you guys so much for stopping in today as we get one day closer to the Kansas City Chiefs' first preseason game up against the Arizona Cardinals. They will be on the road. This is going to be a huge game for the rookies, obviously, because they're going up against a NFL offense/defense for the first time that isn't their own. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about what to expect from the Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Now, as we know, as Andy Reid had told us on the 7th of August, that is Thursday, yesterday, if you're watching this when this comes out, that each quarterback in the Chiefs system will be playing a full quarter, meaning that it will start with Patrick Mahomes, then to Gardner Minshew and Bailey Zappi, and etc. So I know everyone is very excited to see Mahomes in year 9 kicking it off. While this game doesn't necessarily count, there are some expectations that I have for Patrick Mahomes going into that first quarter game against the Cardinals. Now, it is likely that it will be the ones in the first quarter and then work down the depth chart. Obviously, you can't pinpoint me to that because I'm not in charge of how Andy Reid wants to run the offense and the defense. However, for what we do know, here are my expectations of Patrick Mahomes against the Arizona Cardinals for Saturday, August 9th, the first preseason game. Number one, I am fully expecting there to be a mix of the offensive game plan. As we know, they have been prioritizing and kind of leaning in towards more being an explosive offense. Last season, we've touched on this before, the Kansas City Chiefs didn't really secure themselves 20 or more receiving yard plays, and it was reflective on the people that they had available. Obviously, Rashee Rice was hurt. Xavier Worthy was having his rookie season, and then he didn't start to figure it out until near the end. Hollywood Brown was also injured. Travis Kelce, we saw another declining season. They didn't necessarily have the opportunities to be an explosive offense in the deep passes. However, since it has been such a crucial topic of conversation after the Super Bowl into the offseason, I'm fully expecting there to be a mixture. Sure, they're going to show you the normal Kansas City Chiefs strategy. There's going to be Mahomes that isn't going to want to give up the football all that often on taking riskier passes. However, that is something that it's better to test it out now than it is later. So I'm fully expecting there to be some explosive plays. Can't guarantee that all of those deep passes will land for a reception. However, I do think that when you've got guys like Xavier Worthy, Jalen Royals, not to mention several of the undrafted free agent wide receivers, either in, Mac Delana, there's guys that can step up, and I'm fully expecting Mahomes to launch a couple footballs. And if he doesn't, I think that it will be a missed opportunity, because this game is really just hey, where are we at a point in our offseason training? We can go back into and work out some things, but if you don't take the shot down the field now, then you're likely not going to do it in a game that counts towards your record. 2, I'm fully expecting that when there is a big play or the Chiefs do need a first down, I think that the third down and beyond is going to be targeted towards Travis Kelce. I've talked about this a lot on the podcast. I don't think that Travis Kelce necessarily has to be a 1,000 receiving yard tight end anymore to be successful. We haven't seen him touch over 1,000 receiving yards in the past 2 seasons. Last year was arguably his worst season as a professional. He's starting to show some age. and it sparked the conversation of, oh, maybe this guy's going to hang up the cleats. However, he can still be a very strong asset for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we know that Patrick Mahomes is going to target him. If he doesn't want to target him for the long drives or anything like that, and he still wants to show that Travis Kelce is a leader, give him the ball to gain that on third down. If you're on third down to go get a first, give him the ball then. Give him the ball if you are fourth and inches. There's a lot of different plays that Travis Kelce can find ways to be successful while increasing his productivity, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the long game. If he gets a lot of targets, as he has been in the past, head coach Andy Reid said that it's likely to expect Kelce to get a lot of the targets, as it has been the past couple years until proven otherwise. Why not, similar to the explosiveness of his game, why not test out a game plan with using Kelce on third down to try and get that first down now rather than always going to him? And, obviously you can, well, with deep passes, you can always find Travis Kelce underneath to kind of throw off the defense. But number 3, I'm fully expecting. We know that Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't want to get sacked. In fact, he got sacked so much last season that I think that he's kind of hoping that his offensive line is going to be able to step up. And that's the exact expectation. I'm fully expecting that this Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is going to show a lot when protecting Patrick Mahomes. I think that Mahomes is going to trust his offensive line, especially on the left side where it could be Josh Simmons or Kingsley Suamataia protecting that left side, whether that be at the tackle or guard position. We know that he's very evasive when he's in the pocket, but I do think that he would rather give his offensive lines some reps against actual defenders, against guys that they haven't seen before, to kind of, or not this year, not before, they've played the Cardinals in the past, but to, kind of get them ready. It's like, oh, this is how this is going to go. This isn't working. How can we fix this before the regular season starts? Mahomes he's a tough guy. He's going to be able to take a sack. I'm not saying that Mahomes isn't going down at any point in this game. It's very much still a possibility, but I do think that instead of a lot of when he's still looking for those deep passes, his focus will be on throwing deep, and rather than being evasive, hopefully trust in his offensive line. Whether it's the ones or it's the backups, I think that there needs to be a lot of growth shown in the offensive line now. We've heard a lot so far in training camp saying, Josh Simmons, he's doing real good. Creed Humphrey, he's always going to hold it down. Trey Smith, the newly signed, extended Trey Smith, he's going to be able to be a product that you can rely on, as well as you get Kingsley Suamataia and Jalen Moore, who's still kind of looking for their spot. It's important. I know that you don't want to risk Mahomes getting hurt, but if he wants to trust his offensive line, he has to put himself in situations where he can be uncomfortable in hopes that they can step up. Those are my 3 expectations that I have for Patrick Mahomes against the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, you can follow me over on X at Dom Minchella. I post and repost every single day, and you're not going to want to miss any coverage, especially with the first preseason game against the Cardinals coming up. You can also follow us at KC Chiefs on SI, where all of our stories get posted, published, and it's all exclusively free to you, the Chiefs Kingdom. As always, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dominic Minchella. Be kind to one another, and I will see you tomorrow.